What is up, guys? Now that replays are working again, I can finally do my breakdown series. So I said like a month ago I wanted to do these videos at least once a week, and then literally every replay system died. But anyway, today we're back with another breakdown. Going to be playing Graves and Corki this time, and specifically looking at Baron and Dragon fights. So I want to try something slightly different, so I'm just going to play this fight through first. You can watch it, see how you think it went, and then we'll go back and we'll take a closer look.
Close your eyes, seek paradise, won't change your mind.
Okay, so this is the first thing, and it's how I choose to enter the fight or start the fight. So I have two choices. I can either follow trend here, or I can do what I actually did and hop the wall. Now there are two reasons I don't follow trend, and to show you, let's just move the camera up a little bit. So first off, Trend is not a traditional frontline champion. He doesn't soak damage for me, he dives their backline, and so he leaves me with anyone who he isn't interested in killing. Now second thing is they have their two carries right in front of me, and with no frontline with me, they can just basically dive onto me and there's nothing I can do. Even if they don't kill me, they'll force me to run away, and I'll just get nothing done this fight. I won't do any damage, and especially Ezreal is really good at zoning me here. If I go for him, he'll kite me back with his Q and slowing me because he's playing blue Ez, or if I try and ignore him, he'll hit me from behind and I'll just get sandwiched from the top and the bottom. So I go over the wall with my E, and right now I'm in the position I want to be in. My tanks are in this choke and stopping anyone else getting to me, and my target choice is kinda simple. I could go for Jax here because he is more of a threat than Jarvan is, but if I do, I put myself really close to Jarvan and they could both in theory just dive onto me. Skip this forward a little bit more, and this is where I actually have to choose who I'm going to go for. Now I could go up for Ahri and Jax, but Jax is pretty much dead and Ahri is really slippery anyway, so I'll most likely end up just wasting my time chasing her. My front line are also chasing these three, which means I'm not going to be taking any risks here. The only other thing really to say is that I completely ignore Thresh and I just go for Jarvan. So Thresh is technically more out of position than Jarvan is, and he's an easier kill, but removing the smite means that we can do Baron after the fight if we want to. Now the actual fight looks pretty simple, right? There isn't too much to break down once it kicks off, but imagine how different this could have been if I didn't jump over that wall and had zoned myself from the fight. That was kind of the point of this breakdown really, just to try and always be with your team when you go into a fight for Dragon or Baron, because being split is one of the worst things you can do. Like the reason their team lost so hard is because if we look back at the reverse side of things, Ezreal is completely zoned out of the fight. He can't get through Trend at all, and so literally has no impact in the fight. So let's move on to another team fight where I don't play as well as I could this time, and I basically just play way too safe. The thing I want to point out before the fight breaks out is the scoreboard. So we're around 6,000 gold behind at this point, but let's just watch it first.
Shape the lights, I'll take the chance and roll the dice. I want it all, just for the night. I live it out like I'll never die. I lose my head in the starry skies. Can't chain you down, I feel so alive. Back down, only one way out. I let you run my life, now you won't get me.
Okay, so first thing is my positioning at the start. Now, I'm around half health already, and this is top lane Jarvan, okay? Jarvan who has a Black Cleaver and a Hydra already, and honestly will probably one-shot me with his auto attack and his ignite. I can't use my W or my Valk to run away, because if he does ult me, I need to instantly use it to avoid the auto attack, so right now I just have to run. This is the point where I can turn though, where I'm a little bit safer. Now Jarvan is looking at and facing a Kali, which means he is most likely going to focus her, and I also have a Kali and Vi kind of acting as a front line protecting me. The bigger thing though is that even if Jarvan decides to flash over Vi and does actually ult me, I can Valk away and no one else can follow up. There's only Braum supporting Jarvan right now, whereas before Lee Sin was around too, so I don't have to be as afraid. This is where I really make my big mistake though. So I have two choices right now. I can go ham and Valk into Xerath and try and kill him, or I try to support Nasus with my team and focus these 3. So the safer option is obviously to go for the 3 who are already focusing Nasus, and that decision is fine, but the problem here is my positioning. Now I should be standing down here, which puts me away from Xerath, but still allows me to focus the 3 I want to go for. So when I press play, you'll actually see it turns even worse, because Lee Sin has a really good ult here that kicks Vi into both of us, followed by a Xerath Q, and it puts me really low, something which wouldn't have happened if I moved down properly. The final thing that happens is my pretty awful flash, but the reason it was awful was kind of because it was preemptive and not reactionary. Now Xerath screws up his Q, which is why it looks wasted, but 9 times out of 10 that Q is going to be aimed at me, and I need to flash it to make sure I didn't die. I knew it was coming, and I made the choice to go in knowing I'd have to flash it, but when he fired it off, it completely missed, so I looked like a muppet. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned a little more about positioning in these Dragon and Baron fights. I think next time I'm going to do something from the lane phase or like a mid or top perspective, but yeah, hit that like, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.